still working on our Bernat Work Sock Cup Cozy. Wow, that's hard to say. Work Sock Cup Cozy. Anyway, I have done the 2.5 inches in teal heather, and now I'm ready to make a color change. And the color I'm going to use is oatmeal. I'll pull back and let you see that. Oatmeal. This is going to be the little stripe in the middle of the cozy. You can see the pattern there. The pattern is free on the Bernat Yarn website, and it's originally designed to be made with denim style yarn, which is also nice and cozy. I only have one color of that, so I have several colors of Super Value. It knits to the same gauge, so that's what I'm using. So I've done the teal heather Super Value for the big part, and now I'm ready to change colors. Now I've noticed on this instruction it says with B, color B, work 4 rounds in knit 2 purl 1 ribbing. And I took a real close look at the photograph, and this ribbing does not change. It should be knit 2 purl 2 from beginning to end if you go by what's on the photograph. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with knit 2 purl 2 all the way through, because it doesn't make sense to switch. If we had made a decrease on the row before this, it would make sense, but these I don't want my ribbing to get out of line. I want to keep it in line, so I'm going to continue in knit 2 purl 2 ribbing. So now it's time to make a color change. And to make a color change, all you do is just start using the new yarn. So if you'd like to, you can tie a little knot here and then untie it later. I don't usually do that. I usually just start knitting with the new yarn. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to start knitting with the new yarn. So I'm switching to oatmeal now. And what I do is I just start the first stitch, which is a knit, and I pull out enough of that to make a good tail for weaving in later, and I just start knitting with it. So let's slide that down to the end here. There. So to knit the first stitch, you just wrap it across the needle. You don't do anything special, just put it over the needle, pull it through that stitch. And now we're ready for the next stitch. Now this is a little trick I like to do. Everybody else might not like it, but I like it. I use both the yarn from the ball and the tail, and I wrap both of those around for the second stitch. So I have 2 strands of yarn in that second stitch. And what that does is it secures that end a little bit better so it doesn't come loose. I just like to do that whenever I change colors. And it won't be obvious when you go to the next round. Then you'll knit just one stitch, one strand of yarn with those 2, and it'll almost disappear. So it's not really going to make much of a difference. So I like to do that. Makes it stick in a little bit better, and it doesn't come loose too easily. Now if I had designed this pattern, I would have said to just knit a row for the color change. Just knit all the way around, because that looks better than having knits and purls on the first row of a color change. But I'm going to follow the pattern. This is a work sock cup cozy anyway, so it should be casual. So the world's not going to end with my little color break there. So now it's time for the next needle. Just start knitting at the next needle. And you're still knitting the knits and purling the purls. Because like I said, I'm not going to switch to knit 2 purl 1 here. I think that would change the design too much. I don't want to do that. I'm a rebel. think I'll check with the Bernat people to see if maybe that was a mistake in the pattern, because it could be. So that's how to make your color change. That's all there is to it. Just start knitting with the new color. It's not hard at all. So now you know how to do this. You can keep working on yours, because we're supposed to do 4 rounds with this color. After we finish this round, that will be round number 1. And we just need to do 3 more. So I'm going to finish this round and show you how to start the next round, just in case you were to have a question about it. You could see it in action. Doo -doo -doo. La, 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 la. Meanwhile, back at the farm. I used to say that all the time when I was a kid. I don't know where I picked it up. Might have been a TV show in the 70s or something. There. Now, the last stitch, that last strand of yarn is going to be real loose from where the color came from before. So just tighten it, pull it, tighten it like that. And if you want, you could tie these two together, but I don't like to do that. So I'll leave that back there. And now I'm ready for the next round. So I get my empty needle. And here's that first stitch, which is going to be real snug now. And then you pull it tight so that it connects that. And then here on the second stitch, where I have 2 strands of yarn, just work through both of them with your 1 strand. And there, see, it disappears. I love that. So that's how to do it. And at this point, you can get that yarn tail and you can stuff it down in the middle of the cup cozy, because we'll be weaving that end in later. end in. So you guys keep making your rounds, and I will see you back here when we're ready for our next color change. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.